The most random reason that I actually started diving, my parents moved up to Cairns and I did a discovery dive up on the reef there. And I love the diving aspect, but I hated being dragged around. And that was the reason that I did my open water. I was like, look, at least I have it. Then I can sort of, branch out and do my own sort of things from there. And I guess it just kept going from there. Before diving sort of came around for me, I was still living very far from the water compared to what I am now. But, it was more, I go to work, I have fun with my friends on the weekends. Yeah, I think it'd be difficult to sort of pinpoint what I'd be doing if I wasn't diving all the time. But I think I'd still be working a lot more, probably not taking as many holidays, and potentially have a fair bit more money in the bank account, that's for sure. It's been a good sport for me to pick up, I think, more than anything. Especially, when you get older, I think team sports start to die off a little bit through your friends. So obviously having something that you can have a massive range of people that do it with you, like age group wise. Like you're pretty much looking at, some people that start when they're super young all the way up to people that are like really old and have been diving for, 40 plus years. You can get along with them just for the simple fact that you throw a regulator in, you put your head under the water. For me, it's all about sort of self-development, trying something new, getting a little bit out of your comfort zone. And then, when you get so far out of your comfort zone, you're like, what's next? And that's where it kind of comes into a lot of things. Like even with work, diving, pretty much everything I do, it's all about pushing yourself as far as you can go. And obviously, having experiences and things that not many other people get to do, Like when I was younger, terrified of heights, something I never wanted to do. Yes, diving related. I went to the Great Barrier Reef when I was younger too. Swam too far off the actual reef to where the wall went down. Freaked out. Never wanted to go near that edge again. And then, you look at me now and it's like, oh, cool, what's over that edge? 60 meters of water? Let's do it. But, even hated heights, but, went skydiving and bungee jumping a few years ago, just for the fun of it. So I guess it's all about, pushing yourself just a little bit further to see what you're capable of and sort of, trusting the process behind it as well. I mean, I still would say I'm still pretty kind of like a little bit scared of heights, not gonna lie, but mainly the sort of things that I guess scare me. I don't know if there's anything I can sort of pick off as something that actually would scare me, really. I think most things, like, it's normal to be a little bit nervous about certain things and obviously have doubts about certain things, but I don't think there's a case of anything now I could go, oh yeah, I'm terrified of doing that and I'd never do it. It's sort of, you gotta give something, everything a go once and just be as best prepared for it as you can be. Like I'm not gonna go, mountain biking and like jump off a massive, cliff and do that sort of things. But, you can work up to those sort of things. So it's nothing I'd say is out of reach in terms of it would scare me to do that, but it's more, the level of preparedness to get there. Are you prepared enough to do what you want to do, or is there something that you need to sort of do first before you get to that stage? Not everyone's going to love going to that depth, and not everyone has that interest of going to those depths and doing the things that people that do technical diving do. But for me, it's more, there's things down there that you don't really get to normally see. And I guess growing up, history was a big thing for me, and talking about, like everyone studied World War II in high school, things like that. And I think we're pretty lucky where we are that we're sort of just, a short trip over to some of the biggest and most well-known wrecks in the world. And that's some stuff that I really like looking at. Like when you look at a couple of the ones that I've done, like the Coolidge over in Vanuatu, you're looking at a cruise ship that was converted into a Navy hospital. And then so you get to go dive those sort of things, and you get to see not only the historical importance of the wreck, but you also get to see it firsthand. So it's more, you get to learn about what you're actually diving, and more just, you still get to see the beauty of the wreck. You still get all the fish, all the coral, all the things like that, but it's a different way to experience what's down there. It's definitely things that I look at in a different light after diving. You know, you sort of look at things and go, previously you'd be like, yeah, let's just go for, jump in, have a bit of fun, jump out, you know, that sort of thing. But now it's like, you know, there's the preparation involved. You're looking at, you know, is this going to be the best way to achieve this goal? Is there other things that we can put in there? Do we need to wait? You know, is these conditions going to be right? Like, you're looking at a whole lot of different things that have sort of come in from it. And when I sort of started diving was, you know, strap on a BCD, tanks, weights, go. But now, you know, you're looking a week ahead at weather conditions, what boat would be the best one to take, you know, depending on schedules, depths, how much gear you're carrying, things like that, down to, you know, what mixes are you carrying, what reels do I take, what SMBs, all those sort of things. So there's just more to, I guess, think about at that point. But yeah, definitely I'd see it as more of a development than a change. Like, it's just a different way of thinking about the whole experience.